Hey everyone, Tony D and Little Joan here with a hot take on the CHAZ 2. Yeah, you thought the CHAZ 1 was Woketarded. Wait till you see the CHAZ 2. Um, Antifa idiots have decided to build more walls because you see they're very against walls until they need them. And then suddenly they're for them. So here is another view of it. You can see they like to write things on the walls, things that they never can do. I don't know why are you filming the ground? Film the walls. That has the words on it, you moron. Stop all evictions. Colonizers F off. People property. People over property. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. It's like two rocks in a line. Cops are pee pee poo poo. Very, very grown up. Apparently, this all started when they tried to evict. They say it's a family, the Kinney family, but there was only one Kinney arrested. Maybe the rest didn't get arrested, but a bunch of BLM and Antifa morons got arrested with them. Fascism is capitalism in decay. Hit a cop, win a prize. That's terrible. I don't disavow. Stop the sweeps. Anyhow, it was this red house. Let's see. I think I have it on. Yeah, this is the red house here. See, here's the autonomous zone they're setting up, and there is the red house because it's red. And apparently, the Kinney family lived here. And the raid, they confiscated guns. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 guns, some mags, a dented mag. I don't know if that would work. Looks like a rifle or machine gun. I can't tell. It looks like it has a stock of a AK-47, but that doesn't look like an AK-47, so I assume it's some other kind of gun. I don't want to show that. That has the address, but if you saw that, don't go to the address. Here are the cops trying to leave. They called in the idiot reinforcements, and a big crowd of these morons show up. I don't know why the cops don't just scoop them all up, throw them in jail. I mean, look at them. They're attacking the cop car. They're chasing cops. They're throwing stuff at them. I mean, look at this. Look at them run after the cops. They're really chasing the cops out. Now that guy, he should have been stopped. That guy right there in the orange jacket, I think he should have been arrested. That's assaulting the cop right there. I don't know how they do things in Portland, but in New Jersey, I think that guy would have been shot. I mean, I'm pretty sure New Jersey cops wouldn't put up with this, but then again, who knows? We're not having this issue here. We're not having Antifa. Antifa is considered a terrorist organization in New Jersey. They're still throwing stuff at the cop cars. They get furious if you throw stuff at the cop cars here. They did arrest quite a few people. Here they are here. At least one of them was a Kinney who apparently owned the house. That's the name of the family that owned the house. But, this is it's just insane. As always, Antifa just causes did I show this one? I think I did. Antifa just causes a lot of problems. And you can look this up at the Post Millennial, Andy No's Twitter feed. I'm seeing other people talk about it. Andy No also writes for the Post Millennial. You could see a really great interview with him talking about Antifa. He's promoting his new book on the Lotus Eaters, and that's Sargon of Akkad's new YouTube channel. It's called The Lotus Eaters. You can also find the links at lotuseaters.com. He's got a website, and you could sign up for a small fee and get all the extras for his show. Really good show. But, yeah, Antifa. So, they're still around. They're not going away. But they kind of are. Because one of two things are going to happen with this election. So the first thing that could happen is Trump could win, right? And if Trump wins, it's kind of they're going to be arrested, but it's going to be like more of a slow roll, because it's kind of hard to arrest these guys. It's going to be more Trump fighting with the local governments to get them to arrest Antifa and push them into, you have to arrest these morons. Now, in the case of New Jersey, Governor Murphy's up for re-election next year. But we don't have the Antifa problem that most of the rest of the country seems to have, because they're considered a terrorist organization here. The only state that called them a terrorist organization. So they just don't come here. But in other states, the Democrats coddle them. And the question is when will they stop coddling them? When will they enforce the laws? They're going in the opposite direction. These guys are actually making it legal for homeless people, drug addicts, to commit misdemeanors, resist arrest, and do all sorts of other things. And the cops will have no recourse. I mean, it won't be illegal anymore in those areas. So it's already not, they don't answer shoplifting calls anymore in like San Francisco. You can literally go into a Walgreens, and there's video of this online you can see. You can just take a knapsack and take whatever the hell you want. I mean, all these stores, for petty theft, the cops don't even come anymore. So these guys have just been busted into these stores and grabbing what they want and leaving. I mean, I don't know why anybody pays for anything. I certainly wouldn't. If the cops decided that, I'd just be like, okay, I guess money doesn't mean anything anymore. And I would do that I wouldn't do that to a local shop. Never. But I would do that to the corporations, because those guys pull out of your city, you're in trouble. There goes your tax base. So I would want them to put the pressure on the local government to do law and order. So, but these Democrats seem to think they're in a brave new world. Well, they're gonna be, and that brave new world will be some other job. Because the moment your constituents get a chance to kick you out of office, they will. And I don't even think the cheating's gonna save the Democrats next time around. They got rid of Donald Trump, and like I said, I think a lot of people were just on board without giving them any instructions. I think it's going to be a different story with local elections and other people. You're not going to be able to cheat your way out. I think you're going to see a lot of small-time government people, governors and whatnot, they're going to be in trouble. At the very least, I don't see how are you going to solicit donations? Like, you're a governor of a state, okay? You've got a few big cities in your state, and where do you get your money from? Well, you get your donations from normal people, but political action committees mostly. And those guys, it's big money people. That's people with lawyers, consortiums, hedge fund managers, those kinds of people. If they're losing money because Main Street is still closed because of your beer virus restrictions, on top of the fact that half of it got burned down, you won't let anybody rebuild and start selling again. You've economically depressed the entire state. How are these people still making money? They've got to be losing money, or at least not making any, which is kind of the same. I mean, I'm sure there's other ways to make money for these people because they have so many options, but you got to be thinking after a while, I can't support you anymore until you stop this crap. This woke nonsense that you're pushing, because you're not really in charge of anything. When the streets are like that in Portland, what are you in charge of? You're in charge of nothing. And that's the one thing Antifa notices. They understand the idea if we just have enough people there, the cops will run away. And it's true. Because the only other alternative is to start shooting into the crowd. When the cops are really cornered, they'll shoot. But, they're not going to shoot. They're not even going to seem to shoot if Ted Wheeler says, oh, if you shoot, I'll throw you in prison. They're just going to run away, or they won't even show up to begin with. So this CHAZ 2, it's going to be a disaster. You're going to get more people killed again until finally the government rolls in with all the state troopers and all the shields and all the tear gas, and they just, they steamroll it. If I were Ted, I wouldn't let it go on long this time. Ted Wheeler's the mayor of Portland. It went on. CHAZ 1 was in Seattle. So yeah, Ted. There was actually another CHAZ though outside of Ted's apartment building, but this one's in the suburbs, so maybe he won't care this time, which again will be hypocritical of Ted. But that's pretty par for the course from him. He's in my view, a terrible, terrible politician. Good luck, Portland. Good luck. Good luck to us all. But take heart. Either Biden gets elected and crushes these woketards, or Trump gets elected and eventually gets rid of them all.